What's going on this week in Nerf?
Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and this week we get to talk about a really fun event, and some new 3D printed blasters, and some first-party speculation. Let's do it! FoamFest Live aired over the weekend, and I think it was a smashing success. I loved having the opportunity to host a portion and talk about a bunch of different groups and games. That was really fun for me. And it was fun to watch some of the other talks about painting and teams, design, what it's like to run a shop and do commissions. Nearly every facet of the hobby was represented in this convention. And it wasn't just educational. I loved the feeling of community. There were so many people, and it was great to have them all come together. There were almost 800 unique viewers, with an average of 109 concurrent over the 12 hours of streaming. And all of those people raised a lot of money. It was enough money for Just a Jolt to cut his hair with a pair of scissors he found on the road. Enough for Captain Redbeard to become Captain No Beard. And next time you see me, I'll resemble an elite dart. Overall, 5,021 pounds were raised for OTR Bristol, which is a great charity. They benefit the mental health of young people, and I think we can all agree we could use that now more than ever. So thank you so much to Boff and Mel, Al, Kev, and everyone else who helped put this thing together. It was really fun. And I hope you don't have to do it again. Unless you want to, then I'd like to do it again. 2 weeks ago, Slug released the Piranha. It's a push-to-prime blaster based on a 4-year-old idea. And the latest update brings it all the way to 2020 with Talon Mag compatibility. The Y-Hopper was a pretty cool throwback to old school NIC, but let's be real, the Talon Mag has become pretty ubiquitous in our hobby, and I think it'll open up to a lot more users. So what can the Piranha do? Well, depending on the barrel and the spring, it can get anywhere from 110 FPS to 220 FPS, which is essentially a Caliburn, but if you folded it in half. This thing is really small. It's only 17 inches long. Compare that to a Caliburn, which is 31 inches, or a Talon Claw, which is 24 inches. 17 is really tiny. And in true Captain Slug fashion, the files are already up on Thingiverse for you to download and print for yourself. And if you need a hardware kit, those are on Captain Slug's Etsy, and he includes parts for both the Mag version and the Y-Hopper version, so you can choose whichever one you like. We truly don't deserve Captain Slug. Firemana on Reddit posted this awesome 3D printed Springer pistol, and it's called the Chiron. This is a slide pull pistol. You just top prime it back, and that brings the slide back to catch the plunger head, and then when you put it back, the plunger head gets pulled all the way forward, so it can sort of loop the air through a turnaround. And that's a pretty cool mechanism that's being used more and more often lately. I think it's like that in the Piranha. It's definitely like that in the Lynx, and I like seeing all this new innovation happening at the same time and seeing people fight to make that the best it can be. Also really cool, there's a ball bearing detent inside of the slide, so when you push it all the way forward, there's a tactile click. So first of all, you know it's there, you pushed all the way forward, and second of all, the slide doesn't slide anymore without you meaning to. The hammer in the back is a mag release, which is a really smart place to put it and makes it look pretty cool. And speaking of looking cool, the aesthetics are amazing despite being designed in Tinkercad. That's really impressive for the program that they used. He doesn't have plans to sell right now. Logistics can be pretty difficult, especially in times like these. Personally, I'm hoping that he chooses to share these files. It would be a really fun addition to the homemade blaster collections. There's been some interesting discoveries in the trademark searches recently, such as Hasbro trademarking Nerf. Now, I know that doesn't sound surprising initially, but trademarks are assigned specific use cases, and in this case, it was for entertainment in the nature of ongoing television programs. And that doesn't sound like just toy blasters to me. It does cover more than just TV. It covers various platforms and multiple forms of media. I'm thinking that the Instagram series Nerf House is likely the cause of them getting this in the first place, but who knows what could go on in the future. We'll probably see a lot more ham-fisted advertisement. Entertaining media in the future. In more trademark news, Evike trademarked the word FoamBlaster, which is mildly concerning considering the hobby's been using foam blasters as a generic term for Nerf blaster for quite a while now. I'm hoping that if any problems arise from this, it ends up being ruled as unenforceable, because it's just so generic and we were using it first. Utter Travesty made a post on Reddit about a new type of tagger dart. Now, the patent doesn't mention dart tag specifically, but we can speculate based on the dart tag name leak last year that never materialized. It looks like it has a Velcro tip based on the textured surface of the drawing, but with these kind of drawings you never can tell, so it's possible that it could be some kind of RFID tech, as passive RFID has gotten really, really small nowadays. But more likely it'll be Velcro, maybe similar to the kind used in the cable organizers. The hook side of that style isn't as abrasive on the skin. But regardless of what type of Velcro it uses, we really, really hope that they state everywhere that iPro is required for these type of darts, and cross my fingers, include it with the blasters. You do not want to take Velcro in the eye. That wouldn't feel good at all. The textured rifling on the tip doesn't look raised enough to actually induce any dart spin, and the air hole on the side means that it's probably a compression zone for softening impacts, so that's pretty good. And combined with the news of the Nerf TV media trademarks, it's possible that we'll see a rehash of the dart tag competitions. I'm really hoping we see that, especially ones that aren't scripted. And that brings us to the mod of the week. This week comes from Hugmaster Rainbow with this Fallout-themed Silent Savant. It's a big shock and a mystery off-brand blaster integration. It's got an inline clip that can hold either 3 elite darts or up to 7 half-lengths. What's I think is the coolest part of this thing is the top part of the big shock was just flipped around to put in the front of the trigger area there, and it meshes really well. The silencer is just made of PVC and a far shot. The cutouts look freaking sweet on that. And it's pretty interesting that the little circle with the lines is what inspired the Fallout theme to begin with. So that's pretty cool to be building a blaster and then find your theme through the build rather than the other way around and forcing the theme onto the build. It's just a really neat creative work, and the shapes all go so well together. The metallic blue is stunning. This is just an excellent job. And that's all the news I have for you this week. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, all the links to the things I talked about are in the description, so you can just click on those for whatever you're interested in. Also down there's the subscribe button and the like button, and that would be nice too. There's also a comments section, and I want to know what you guys think about the Nerf media trademarks. What kind of things do you think they're going to come out with? Do you think it's just the Nerf house whatever? Do you think it's more dart tag? Let me know. And have a good day. Outros are weird.